Get ready with me like we're on FaceTime. I just learned the hard way that if you exit out of a TikTok draft, you can't go back in and keep filming. So I'm letting this one go. I have missed you guys so much. I just wanted to do a quick little like chit chat, get ready with me. I'm just doing a very casual look. I'm going to hang out with my friend Davey and we're just gonna catch up. He has some of my merch that came in the mail for our Sabrina VIP packages. I'm so excited to get that, and I will definitely make a video showing you guys everything that came with my Sabrina VIP package. It was so worth it, let me just say. I just applied this to my skin. This is the Milkshake Moisture Mist for your body, and this is the Glinda and Elphaba Wicked collab with Beekman 1802, and I am obsessed with this stuff. It is amazing. Now that that is all set, I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Stick Foundation. I'm obsessed with this, especially if you like very minimal makeup and something that's also easy to use. This is definitely very easy to use. I feel like I've personally just been like feeling really defeated by life lately, and I feel like a lot of people around me are feeling that way as well. You know, misery loves company. I kind of just wanted to come on here and kind of share my experience of what's been going on lately in my life and leave room for you guys to do the same in the comments if you want. If you have something you need to vent about, feel free to let it go in the comments. I feel like I've been very sporadic with how I've been posting online. I've been posting here and there on YouTube, here and there on TikTok, here and there on Instagram, and they're all not at the same time. So I feel like everybody on every different social media who follows me is getting a little bit of the story. So it all started at the beginning of the year when my grandmother was diagnosed with liver cancer. Let me just tell you, this was right after my grandfather, her husband, just beat prostate cancer. He had literally just beat cancer and was in remission right after Christmas time. We even went out to celebrate, me and my cousin and our boyfriends, we went out to celebrate with them. Then my grandfather got into a car accident on the way home from that dinner. So that was where this all started. Shortly after 2024 starts, my grandma then gets diagnosed with cancer. Me and my mom and my Uncle Todd are all kind of alternating bringing my grandma to her cancer treatments. Everything was good, everything was normal for about 6 months. She definitely seemed to be getting weaker, losing more hair. Like I definitely noticed all of those signs were definitely happening. Her overall health was not strong enough to where surgery was even an option. So fast forward to 4th of July weekend, Grandma started having falls. Like she kept falling in her house. My grandfather's not strong enough to pick her up. So my mom and my dad would have to go over there and pick her up off the ground. And it was to the point where they got a few calls in one weekend, and they got a phone call on the actual 4th of July that she had fallen and could not get up. Of course, it was a holiday. There was so much traffic to get to my grandmother's house that it was gonna take over an hour. And my mom was sobbing and she was just like, Mom, I can't come get you. Like I'm gonna have to call 911 to come and get you. And obviously like no one wants that. That's, my grandmother just did not like attention like that on her. She didn't want help. She didn't want to inconvenience people. So she did not want that to happen. But my mom was like, this is it. Like the 911 is coming to get you. So that happened. And at this point we were like, okay, Grandma, like you're coming to stay with us for a while. So my grandma and my papa ended up moving in with us for a couple of weeks. My mom had actually found a place for my grandparents to live that wasn't going to be super far away from us. So they were just going to be living with us for a couple of weeks while we waited to move them into their new living situation. My whole family had to pack up my grandmother's house, which is like 50, 60 years worth of stuff that we all had to pack up. And we had nowhere to put it because they were not moving for the next couple of weeks. So we had to rent storage units and fill it up with all of their stuff. And while this was happening, Grandma had a cancer treatment on the day that we happened to be moving all of her stuff. So my mom brought her to her treatment. And I also forgot to mention that we had found out that my grandmother had a time limit on life. Like we had just found out from her doctor that she had 6 months to live. And the doctor did not tell my grandmother that. They told my mom that. So my mom is like, how do I tell my mother this? Like, what the fuck? So now we have this bomb planted on us and we're supposed to be moving all of their stuff out of her house. Like it just, so much was happening at once, okay? So we find this all out, right? My mom brings Grandma to cancer treatment and they have a complication with her treatment where she ends up getting too much fluid removed. And each week, that's what they were doing. They were removing fluid from her liver. They removed too much fluid and it caused her blood pressure to drop, and she was not able to survive without being hooked up to machines that were monitoring her blood pressure. Also, I only have 30 seconds left because I wasted so much of the beginning of this video. I apologize. She had the complications. She ended up spending 5 nights in the hospital. We got no answers. They basically were just trying to keep her alive. Then we asked if we could get her switched to hospice, which is where, you know, they set her up in her house, which was our house, for end of life care. And grandma lived for another 5 days at home with us, and then she passed away at home in this house. That's just like scratching the surface of my year. I'm so ready for 2025.